Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Una. I do project planning and other related content, and today I have a pretty overdue update for my APICO Project pan, which is based off of the video game about beekeeping. It's the best. Sorry, my hair's like super poofy today. I unfortunately don't have any new goals hit, but I do have some things to talk about, so let's get into it. So if you're not familiar, this is a project plan I came up with about this video game. It's all about crossbreeding bees. They recently added butterflies and solitary bees, but these were not in the game when I played most of it. So sorry about my hair, it's just bothering me. Those were not in the game when I first played it, so that's not included because I don't really know how they work yet. Yeah, I'm just doing the non-solitary bees, the social bees, and the crossbreeding progress for that, and I think that's about 35 or 36 bees, which feels pretty good as a set of prompts for me personally, because I want to do all of them. So you start with the most basic bees, which are the common bee, the forest bee, the verge bee, and the uncommon bee, and those you don't have to do any crossbreeding to unlock, so those are the prompts that you start with, and then once you unlock prompts, you can crossbreed those bees and roll in new prompts that are the children bees. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but that is it, and I'm very excited. So my 4 bees were something very common that everybody has, which is this eye primer. I have used this. I've used this 37 times. This is what it was looking like last month, and here it is now. I think you can tell there's only the tiniest bit. I feel really good about 37 uses, but I wish I'd been able to finish this. It's gonna be so close, it'll probably only be like 7 more uses. But yeah, then I'll have my common bee unlocked. Next, for the forest bee, because they're camouflaged, I have my concealer, my Pretty Fresh concealer. My goal is to use this 50 times, and I've used it 39 times. So getting very close. This will definitely be done by next update. I use this basically every time I do concealer, except for if I'm really in a bad mood, and I need a nicer concealer. But yeah, this is chugging along. Both of those will definitely be done by next update. Next, after that, was the verge bees, which live on water. So the prompt was a liquid product. I rolled in my Rare Beauty blush. I've used this 19 times, and my goal is 35 uses. So I'm halfway there, which is good. Hopefully I can finish that goal in the next update. And finally was uncommon bee, and it was like something uncommon, a hidden gem, that type of thing. I rolled in a lipstick in the shade Suede from Lawless. I really love that lipstick, but I used it 6 times and then I lost the lipstick. I'm almost positive it's somewhere in my room. I really don't think I did much in terms of going out, so I'm pretty sure it's just in the pocket of something, but I have not been able to find it for the month after I lost it. And so I'm just gonna roll it out and roll something else in. Yeah, and that'll be that. So that's pretty sad, and I really do hope I find it, but I'm just gonna keep going so I can keep moving in this project. I was really hoping that would be the goal I would finish. I love that lipstick and everything, but yeah. So instead I'm gonna roll in an eyeshadow, which I try not to do, but it just fits the prompt so well. The hidden gem is the shade Zbornak from Pretty Fairy Face. It looks like this. I had it in my Painless eyeshadows recently. It's just a gorgeous taupe shade, very shimmery, very silvery, very pretty. I think my goal is going to be to use it 20 times. I feel like that's a good amount for an eyeshadow. I am working on a lot of eyeshadow right now, and I would like to pan in this, so that will be like a big secondary goal in the back of my head. If I could do that, that would be amazing, but I think 20 times is going to be my main goal. I do want to be able to finish this pretty soon because I know I would have been able to finish the Suede uses pretty soon, but yeah, that's going to be my new product for the uncommon bee, and that will be it. Alright, since this video update is super duper short, I figured I could use it to go over some of the rules in more detail, because I honestly don't remember how much I did in the intro, and on Instagram I'm not very good at explaining it, and it's really hard to make graphics, but there is a spreadsheet. It will be linked in the description of this video and in the description of my introduction, and it describes exactly the relationships between all of the bees, which I copied by hand from the game and like the Wikipedias and everything. And I'm gonna go through it, and this will just be super informational. If you don't care, just skip this. So like I said, the first 4 bees are the common, forest, verge, and uncommon bees. Those are called tier 1 bees, so they're just unlocked at the start and you can access them. So in tier 2, you mainly have some crossbred bees. There are 5 bees that are crossbred and then 4 that are not in tier 2. So the 5 bees that are crossbred are the verdant bee, the vibrant bee, the drowsy bee, the misty bee, and the dream bee. And those are, the verdant bee is forest and common bee, the vibrant bee is common and verge bee, the drowsy bee is forest and uncommon, the misty bee is forest and verge, and the dream bee is common and uncommon. So those are the requirements for those bees in tier 2. That's like the next set of prompts. And then the bees after that, the murky, muggy, glowing, and rocky bees are all bees that you discover throughout kind of activities that you can do while you're getting those first bees going. So the requirement for this is that you have to finish all 4 of the tier 1 bees. All 4 of the common, forest, verge, and uncommon bee prompts, you have to finish those before you can unlock those. And those are the murky, muggy, glowing, and rocky. So murky, muggy, and glowing you find in a different area that you unlock at a certain point. They're in the swamp, swampy bees. And then the rocky bee you find in a rock. And you have to be able to, get a good enough pickaxe. So that's why. So after that are the tier 3 bees. Again, there's a mixture of how you unlock them. This one is more crossbreeding. So the regal bee is the verdant bee and the vibrant bee. The worker bee is the vibrant bee and either the misty bee or the muggy bee. That's a little bit harder to keep track of, but it's there. The stubborn bee is the drowsy bee and the murky bee. The domesticated bee is the verdant and the drowsy. The hermit bee is the misty bee and either the murky or the muggy again. And then the twilight bee is the dream and then either the drowsy bee or the glowing bee. So again, they're all crossbreeds of the previous tier, generally. And then there are a couple, again, that you unlock by going to a different area. So those are the frosty bee, the fiery bee, and so those are both, you have to finish 4 out of the second tier instead of the whole second tier because it's a lot bigger. I just figured it would be nicer to unlock it that way. So once you finish 4 of tier 2, you can unlock those. And then the final one, the Jurassic bee, is like a special challenge to unlock. So you have to complete 18 prompts up to that point, which is the entire tier 1 and tier 2 and then some of tier 3, I believe. So that's that. Then you move on to tier 4. Again, you don't have to complete all of tier 3 to start any of tier 4. You just have to complete the parent bees of some of the tier 4 bees. So tier 4 is mostly crossbreeds with a couple exceptions. So I'm going to go through crossbreeds first. There is the crystal bee, which is regal and frosty, the ancient bee, which is worker and twilight, the bohemian bee, which is stubborn and domesticated, the prolific bee, which is domesticated and hermit, the industrial bee, which is regal and worker, the chaotic bee, which is hermit and twilight, the arctic bee, which is stubborn and frosty, the blazing bee, which is stubborn and fiery, the empress bee, which is regal and fiery, the melodic bee, which is domesticated and twilight, and then there are a couple interesting ones. The lightning bee, which you just have to unlock the hollowed bee to get, and the hollowed bee you have to complete all of the first 3 tiers to get. And then tier 5 has 2 bees in it. The sacred bee, which is that you have to have started at least started all of the other prompts. And then the glitched bee, which you roll a d4. And I'm gonna roll a d4 to see if I unlock the glitched bee. And that is it. That is all of the bees. I do have a spreadsheet, like I said, with all of the bees. I think it has the crossbreeding requirements in it, but I will double check that. And I also made myself an Excel spreadsheet that keeps track of it pretty well. All right, I just pulled up a dice rolling function. So the glitch bee is random when you use things called hive gates. So I figured I'd roll a die every update to see if I unlock it. And yeah, I think it's if you roll a 4. So here it is, it popped up on 2. And that is a 4. All right, so I am gonna roll in the glitched bee. So the prompt for the glitched bee is something that doesn't work the way you thought. I will grab it and be right back. All right, this is not completely ideal because of the other blushes I'm panning, but I'm gonna roll in my fake lipstick because it doesn't get enough use. This is the lipstick in the shade Fig from Bite Beauty. I don't really like this as a lipstick. It's very, very pink, but I do really like it as a blush. And so I'm just gonna roll it in, and my goal is, I think, gonna be 35 uses, so it's gonna be a little bit of a long hauler, but that's okay because Glitched doesn't unlock anything other than finishing the project. So yeah, 35 uses on this. I'd love to see some wear. It's a pretty old lipstick, but it still works fine, especially as a blush and not on my lips. And yeah, so that will be my Glitched Bee product. And I'm glad to have something new rolling in. So that's really nice, actually. And now I can just deal with that. And very hopefully next month I will have at least these two rolling out, and maybe also these two, and then I can really get into some other prompts. And yeah, thank you so much to people who have joined. It's mostly on Instagram as far as I can tell, but I am so grateful for the support, and I hope you guys are having fun and enjoy this project. And I really, really do promise that I will put some more info up about it on Instagram so that it's easier to do, but I think everybody got what they needed. So yeah, let me know if you haven't. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. I am really overjoyed by all of the support that I get on here. It's really, really lovely. And yeah, if you enjoy my videos, check out more of them, or subscribe, or whatever, comment, do whatever you want. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.